Demon's Souls, the cult classic from the PlayStation 3, remade for a new audience on the PlayStation 5. Today we discuss and ultimately review how successful Bluepoint was in bringing this game forward in time. Be sure and like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you don't, and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date on the content here from news to reviews. Demon's Souls was released as a launch title for the nigh unattainable PlayStation 5. It was the one game that was truly exclusive to the console at the time. A lot of newcomers to the Souls genre bought the game entirely because it was the only game pushing the system. I am one of those newcomers. Demon's Souls was my first foray into From Software's works, and I wouldn't change it for the world. The game's core is the exact same as the original. The art and the design has been updated and some quality of life changes have been made, but it is the same game that fans played on the PlayStation 3. The additions are mostly UI changes and omnidirectional rolling, which is a big boost to the game. When you start the game initially, you are given a beautiful cutscene announcing the world setting. It lets you create your character with very little information as to what starting options are actually good for your personal playstyle. This may seem off-putting, but in reality it's one of the fundamental aspects of these games, even the whole genre. Hand-holding is just not something that these games do. The short tutorial section showcases how beautiful they were able to make this game, but when it comes to teaching, all it does is show you how to swing your weapon, how to backstab, and how to move around. After that, it pits you against an enemy that is 10 times your size that you're ill-equipped and unprepared for. The Vanguard Demon. It's huge, it's merciless, and it's absolutely devastating. That demon is the death of everyone's first attempt in this world. And it's there for a reason. It's to teach you another pillar of the game. You will die. Get used to it. After the ordeal with the Vanguard Demon, I was sent to the Nexus, the central hub for the game where all of the NPCs like to congregate. This isn't where I spent the most time in the game, but I definitely grew familiar with every aspect of it. It's where the vendors are, it's where the bank is, it's where you go to get things done. Surrounding the central area of the Nexus are 5 pedestals, which are used to warp you to different zones, and each zone is separated into different sections. Each of those sections is unique, following the theme for their zone. From a towering castle to a fetid pit to a set of labyrinthian mines. I absolutely love the variety. In total, there are 16 different sections to explore, fight in, and conquer. I can't overstate this. I find this game absolutely jaw-droppingly gorgeous. Every enemy killed gains souls, which are then used to buy items, to level up, to learn magic, etc. Any souls that I'm carrying with me unspent would be dropped when I died. If I was able to get back to where I did die, I could retrieve them, but if I died again before retrieving them, they're lost forever. The souls currency replaces both gold and experience, and it's more precious than both, which as a first-time player is fascinating. With every level bought, a skill point is gained, allowing choice in making a personalized character build. Certain weapons get stronger with certain statistics, so if strength is increased, strength-based weapons get stronger. The same is true for dexterity and intelligence, etc. There are so many different build options and different limitations that can be self-inflicted to change the entire experience with the game. The world is varied, beautiful, and honestly kind of terrifying. My first time through each zone was peppered with fear, wondering what was around every corner coming to end this attempt. Stumbling into boss encounters, into enemies completely unaware. I was definitely put down more times than I'm willing to admit. The game absolutely demands slow and methodical play in order to progress reliably on your first playthrough. Once I was acclimated to this playstyle and understood what the game was expecting and demanding from me, I started to really dig my teeth into this world. The storytelling through small bits of lore that you have to seek out, inference, rather than having it all spoon-fed right to you, it's definitely something that I enjoyed. I won't say that I want every game ever to be this way, but having the variety, the option, is something that I will always treasure. The combat in this game is incredible, and like nothing I had ever played before it. The animations for combat are extremely satisfying. Everything feels almost real. No matter how strong I was, any enemy can abruptly end a run if they weren't shown the proper respect. Each section of the game has its own boss, meaning that there are 16 of them. The bosses are, barring a few, epic experiences. My first entrance into each chamber generally ended with a very quick death. For too many attempts, I ran in thinking I could just smash and grab my way through an encounter, or I decided that, oh, I'm so strong now, I don't have to be so careful anymore. I was so naive. After stepping back, watching the bosses and trying to find the openings, and then finally actually beating them, man does that feel good. The immediate rush I feel after destroying a hard boss in this game, I don't think I can adequately describe it in words. It's so damn good. Bluepoint re-recorded all of the audio for the game, and the soundtrack is something I can listen to now to bring back the emotions I had coursing through me during specific boss encounters or zones. The voice lines sound great, although the animations for talking from some of the NPCs can seem a little over the top, and they just look wrong to my eyes. Overall, I can't believe it took me so long to get to this game. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's damn close. The world is mysterious, and exploring it to find every hidden thing is so satisfying. The different builds you can make and the different ways you can play through the game, whether it's with magic or pure melee combat, it's a viable and worthwhile option. It all just depends on how you want to play. Figuring out an easier path to the boss chamber, or finally finishing the boss that you've died to 6 times in a row. I don't know if there's a better feeling in gaming. It's now something I'm actively searching for in games, that feeling of success, of just unadulterated joy. It's such a wonderful feeling. I'm not the most patient person in the world, and I'm not the best at holding in my frustration. I like to think that this game actually tempered that a little and forged a better gamer out of it. At first, the concept of a game that was obtuse in storytelling, in game progression, and even what the objective really was, didn't sound all that enticing. But with those aspects, it makes exploration and experimentation so much more rewarding. If I went into these areas knowing exactly where to go and what to do, it wouldn't have felt nearly as magical as it did. The world and player tendency system, however, is too obtuse, because once that's messed up, it can't really be fixed until you go into New Game Plus or start a new game. This particular system moves the world and the player steps towards the light or dark tendency, depending on your actions. Some special events, such as special enemies or locked off areas opening, they only happen when the tendency is at the extreme ends of the spectrum, which on my first playthrough didn't matter at all, but on subsequent playthroughs, it was frustrating not knowing how to affect the tendencies in the way that I wanted to. Do I recommend this game? Which is really what it always comes down to with a review. I absolutely recommend Demon's Souls. No, it's definitely not a game for everyone. It could be too hard for some. Sure. It could be frustrating for others. Yeah? But it will be an incredible experience for those that it fits. Like it fit for me. I've played through it 4 times or so by now, and I've gotten the platinum. If I could forget the game and play it again fresh, I would in a heartbeat. After beating Demon's Souls, I've gone on and beaten Dark Souls 1 and 2. I still need to play Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. I was actually considering the concept of doing a blind Let's Play of Bloodborne, or maybe streaming myself playing through it. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing that kind of content on the channel. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I would love to talk about the game in the comments if you have any particular questions, recommendations, or if you just want to talk about it. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe.